hello.
Oh, no. Listen, lads, we have to pause this right here because, my God, that is a freeze frame of the century. I've never wanted to be a microphone stand so much in my life. But picture this, pre-Halloween, 1980s slasher horror movie. Sydney Sweeney is the evil babysitter who breastfeeds hapless male virgins to death. Sign me up.
The station that brought you trawler fishing can be fun. All you need to know about pins and hang gliding in a chest of drawers presents...
Yes, hallelujah, it's the video show. And now, the man the BBC calls...
Jason King on Kung Fu Hot Dog.
I'm back, boys. The boy is back in town. To quote Thin Lizzy, I'm doing the kind of video that I like to do. I've actually missed making these kind of videos because, to be honest, there's not enough of them. But the Emmy Awards, a ceremony I used to be so crazy about back in the day, around the 2011 mark when Breaking Bad was going up against Mad Men, and every time Bryan Cranston won, walked up on stage, laughing in the face of John Hamm, who played Don Draper. But those times are gone. And now, of course, with recent political upheaval in the USA, again, I do try to stay away from that kind of stuff because I'm a pop culture critic, commentator, and an admirer of beautiful women, as you're about to see in this video, because that's why you clicked on the thumbnail. But somebody who's not beautiful is Elizabeth Banks. The same chick who made Charlie's Angels told the male audience, you're not allowed to watch this film because you cannot goon at the three leads that we have on our poster here. And of course the men listened, because when that film died a death at the box office, Elizabeth Banks couldn't keep her mouth shut. She went on social media and blamed men for not turning up to watch her crappy mid-film. The only highlight of that movie was Ella Balinska. But let's talk about the Emmy Awards 2025, because Elizabeth Banks is up there on the podium about to read the awards for the Best Director of an Anthology Series. And just because there's only one dude in the lineup of nominees and all the rest are women, Elizabeth Banks had this big smirk on her stupid face.
I'm presenting the award for directing for a limited or anthology series or movie, which is a lot of stuff.
And you could tell by her reaction that she didn't want to be up there because the signs are all there. She tells an awkward joke at the beginning, which barely got any laughter. Before she even opens up the envelope to tell you who won, she already knows who's won, which is why her delivery of the recipient of the Emmy Award was just so insincere. And to be honest, the other female nominees who were up for the Penguin TV series on HBO, one of them should have won. And what's absolutely hilarious about this whole situation, Philip Barantini, the white dude who directed Adolescence for Netflix, which, if you don't know, is based on some awful events that took place last year, where they race swapped the main character to a white incel guy. Instead of him being the black guy as portrayed by real life events, they decided to swap him around. And guess what happened?
Barantini.
It was an absolute punch in the gut for femininity and another win for men. It was just so hilarious. But speaking of men, folks, Sydney Sweeney was the absolute reason or reasons why I watched the Emmys 2025. And honestly, can you blame me? Can you blame yourself? Should you feel guilty? Should you have this clip from Twitter X on constant rewind? I wouldn't care at all, to be honest, because Sydney Sweeney is the absolute darling of Hollywood right now, and she's not even trying. take this glorious moment where she walks out on stage in that amazing red evening gown, walking up ever so slowly to that podium. And you know what you're thinking? You want that microphone stand to be placed where it needs to be, right between her juggling cleavage. And my God, they didn't censor that on the network. Thank God they knew that was a ratings winner. And even more funnier, the dude who played the adolescent in Adolescence was the Best New Actor Award recipient. He walked up on stage and got a kiss and a hug from Sydney Sweeney. If I were that guy, I wouldn't wash myself again for the rest of the week. And he probably took my advice because he delivered quite a good speech, actually. Oh, come on. He's eyeing up Sydney. Yeah, oh, yeah. You go for it, my boy. You get stuck in there. So here's the funny thing. This guy got an award for playing a black dude, but he's a white dude. Because remember, even if you're playing an adolescent, you're a white incel, because apparently the term incel only applies to white men, never men of another color, because it applies to all men who behave like incels.
Standing up here is just, wow, it's just so surreal. Honestly,
yeah, listen, mate, if I had a face full of Sydney Sweeney, I think it would be a surreal moment too, wouldn't you? But let's get back to my silly face here, folks, because that's the other reason why you came here to visit this video today. Isn't it just laughably bad where you've got commentators who just think they're so clever? And when I say commentators, yes, I'm speaking to you, Elizabeth Banks. If I were your agent, I would pull you aside and say, listen, doll, I know you make me some money on a monthly or weekly basis, but can you just please shut the fuck up and stop trying to be funny? Because no one paid you to be funny. I've never found Elizabeth Banks funny. Even when I watch Role Models, I try to black her face out and just watch the antics of Sean William Scott and Paul Rudd instead. Oh, and the little black dude is really, really funny as well. But honestly, this has just been so hilarious because on the one hand, you got people like Elizabeth Banks who you just wanted to walk to a corner, right, and just shut the fuck up for the rest of the entire ceremony. And then you get someone like Sydney Sweeney who just walks on stage full of bravado, full of confidence, is a good actress. I think she's gotten better and better in the last few films I have seen her in. And she's just old-fashioned, old-school Hollywood. But it's just so fantastic. I don't care what her politics are. I think it's kind of clear from the last election who she or who her family votes for. But it's not about political machinations, is it, folks? It's just about entertaining people. It's about bringing sex appeal and glamour back to Hollywood. And we've got to stand here as men saluting the absolute love cannons of Sydney Sweeney. And Mike, I tell you what, I'm going to make a bit of a bet here, folks. I reckon, hey, can you not go back, camera? I know you like my lovely jugs behind me, but let's go back for a second. This is getting rather ridiculous. If I were you, Gossard Wonderbra, sign up Sydney Sweeney as soon as possible, because the phrase "hello boys" needs to come back. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you ended up enjoying this video today for the two reasons I liked making this video, make sure you give it a like below, smash that subscribe button, and if I were you and if you were me, you should definitely return, oh my God, for the next video. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to sit in my pulpit and stare with my binoculars, which I don't have right now.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Dream of me. I'll make your dreams come true. Everything's possible with me.